Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the February 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it here, Aries. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's coming for the month of February. Column number 2, we're going to talk about anything related to money. We'll also do a love column, and in the 4th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. Almost like advice to take into February. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's get into it. What's wrapping up, what's coming, just kind of a general look at what's coming for February. So we have the card specialization. There's some sort of skill, some sort of knowledge, some sort of expertise that you already have here, Aries, that you're going to be able to leverage as you go into the month of February. So again, really use those past skills, knowledge, expertise to guide you through as you move through February. But let's see what other messages we've got coming through here. Okay, first up we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of you making some sort of voluntary change. So I do feel like there is something that you are going to change. Again, this is voluntary though, so it's in your wheelhouse. It's something you have say-so over. So it's for voluntary change. This card could also be like a card of like illusion or delusion or like not seeing things for exactly what they are. So do kind of be aware of that. Or it could be like the unseen thing coming. So I always tell people sometimes this is like the curve in the road that we didn't see coming. So there could be something like coming up that's unexpected that again, we then voluntarily change or adjust to accommodate. Or it's like we didn't have the full picture, we didn't see all the information, and now that we have it, we have to change what we're doing just a little bit. The next card that we have is the World card. The World card is a card of completing a goal, completing a lesson. It is like the world has come full circle, so very much so a card of completion, finishing something. In this case, again, I feel like we're learning something, we're finding something out, and then we're adjusting or we're changing based on that information that we know now. And then at the bottom here we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of really kind of riding the waves, going with the flow, being flexible. So pretty fitting here because again, I feel like there's a curve in the road, a curveball we don't see coming, and then being able to kind of check and adjust and go with the flow there. So with the King of Cups, it's very much so riding the highs, the lows, the waves, very tolerant, very empathetic, very supportive. So again, I feel like we're leveraging past skills as we find out information. You'll even know better what to do here, Aries, and we're just kind of riding the waves. Let's see what other information I can give you here, though. We have the Nine of Swords to start with. The Nine of Swords is a card. This can be like a card of anxiety or worry. So I think maybe some of the unknown could have had us stressed out. There could be some worry around the curve. But again, I'm very confident in past skills that you have, expertise, knowledge that you have to guide you forward here, Aries. So although you might find a little bit of worry, I do feel like you have the skills that you need. Again, we have that specialization that we need to navigate through this. So the next card we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience, waiting, delayed success. You see this person planted their pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles and then they were waiting for them to grow. And we've needed to learn this lesson. We needed to see this through. So in some way, we knew this. We were almost like waiting for this unexpected thing to happen. And at the bottom we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of being very strategic, being very long-term. It's very much so a planning card and making good plans for the future. So I like the flexibility. I like the ability to ride the waves here. And I like the change that you end up settling on here, Aries. I think it'll be really helpful. So, Emperor kind of echoing that we're on the right path, and then also that plan of, that card of planning. So adjusting the plan there. All right, now let's talk about anything related to money. So a quick money message here for you. We have an affirmation. It says, love is the best intention behind all of my transaction. Love is the intention behind all of my transactions. I felt like I needed to throw the word best in there. Sorry, Aries. All right, so in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money here. Starting at the top, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of something unexpected. I usually tell people we plan for ABC and DEF ends up happening. I feel like a job could cancel or postpone or delay. A project could delay. I don't know why I'm hearing delay, but I feel like postpone delay seems to be coming through. But again, something doesn't go as planned. Like you have a job or a project lined up and I feel like it ends up getting pushed out. We'll clarify that a little bit more. The next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So these are the desires, the things that we want. I feel like what you want here, Aries, is changing. That's what I'm hearing at least. And of course, we'll clarify that again. But it's like, I think the thing that we want, we might not want anymore. Again, I feel like it's changed perhaps for you as time has gone on. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Wands. This is a card of stress, exhaustion, having too many burdens. I do feel like that you're a little stressed that this thing postpones or pushes off. Perhaps like we needed the money for that job or something of that sort. But I also feel like there was so many things on your plate already that it'll kind of come like as a blessing because you can kind of get some downtime. When we see the Ten of Wands, I always like to remind people too, Aries, is like make sure you don't overcommit because again, I feel like with the Ten of Wands, it's a very full plate card. So be careful not to add a whole lot more stuff to your plate this month because I feel like it's feeling full. Let me see what other information I can give you. Yeah, I agree. I think this actually really ends up being a positive. So with the, on top of the Tower card, we have the Three of Cups. This is kind of like a celebration card. So at first I feel like there's a little bit of angst, there's a little bit of worry, maybe a little bit being upset that this job pushes. But then you're like, actually like sweet because you had too many things going on. We were already too busy. We had overcommitted. So this is kind of you like rejoicing, celebrating like, oh, thank goodness that postponed. Thank goodness that got delayed. This is also a card of success. So I like to see this. So I do feel like we'll still get this job, we'll still get this project, and it'll still be successful. It just, again, seems a little bit delayed, a little bit postponed from the initial timeline. The next card we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups has a lot of different meanings, but this is like nostalgia. It's reflecting back. Again, I feel like what we thought we wanted or what we used to want is maybe no longer what we want, Aries. So we do need to be doing a little bit of thinking. What are our desires? What are our wants in terms of career and finance? I do think there's a relationship here that could support you to get the things that you want to. This is like a reunions card. It can be a card of reunion. So I do feel like we could be getting reconnected with somebody that will help move you closer to this new desire or these adjusted desires. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Cups. That's going to come through with that as well. The Knight of Cups is typically a love card, very romantic, very proposal, like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in Shining Armor. Very romantic, very proposal-like. But in this case, again, I feel like this is the perfect relationship to help you get the things that you want. So do be on the lookout for some sort of relationship that can support these desires. And maybe that's the thing that fills this, you know, this other thing got delayed, but now we have time to get reconnected with this person here. All right, taking a look at our next column now, anything related to love, a quick love message for you. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love. First up, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an honesty card. It's a communication card. Furthermore, I think you are finding out information this month. So this is you finding something out. This is information coming to you. I do think this could be like family information. Looking at our next card, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This could be a card of like lump sum of money, inheritance, retirement. It's very much so leaving a legacy. And again, I feel like we're finding out of inheritance, or we're finding out that somebody is retiring. But I feel like we're finding out news of something that's happening in the family this month right here, Aries. And at the bottom, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury. This is a card of enjoyment, which is good things. This is kind of a solo card though, so I could see you doing something out on your own this month. Like some you time here, Aries, which feels pretty good because again, there's like a nice sense of like luxury and being pampered and really enjoying the time. But I feel like there's some you time coming up in these next few weeks that'll be really meaningful as well. All right, taking a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. You see this person, their eyes, they're blindfolded, their arms and legs are bound down. But then we have all these swords stuck into the ground, so we can very easily kind of wiggle back and cut ourselves free. And I feel like what I'm hearing here, Aries, is like we need to take this information and then do something meaningful with it. So it's not so much just about finding out about it. It's like, okay, then what do we do now that we know this? What do we do now that we found out the information? So I do feel like that information, that communication, that honesty you get in should be a trigger to then go and do something. The next card we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can be a card of rivalry, obstacles, challenges. So I feel like let's just go with the example like somebody was retiring. It could have been postponed because an expense popped up or a project popped up and they were asked to stay. So I feel like this is like there were things that delayed or made this more difficult. If there is like a retirement or inheritance, these are again the things that you then have to go do. So it's like, oh, you don't just get a check tomorrow. Like, and it's not horrible things, but it's like little bumps in the road, little things that need to be done first. So again, this information, this communication you're finding out is going to be like a call to action. And then there are a handful of little things that need to be done before we can get to that thing that we're hoping for. At the bottom, we do have the Lovers card. Of course, we love the Lovers card in the love column. This is love, partnership, strength together, deep love. So good love card here. I do think for some of you, there could be a new relationship coming in. This could be an existing relationship. That doesn't really take away from the fact that I feel like you're doing a little bit of you, self-love, self-care type energy this month. That relationship new or existing regardless. All right, now let's take a look at our fourth and final column, which is a message for our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Unity. We're coming together on something. We're getting unified on something. Let's see what messages we have here, though. All right, starting off strong. I want to say stronger together is something that's coming to mind, so keep that in mind, stronger together. But with the Sun card, we have, I would say the Sun card is probably the best card in the entire tarot deck, really, honestly, Aries. This is happiness, material abundance, joy, success, joyous outcomes, successful outcomes. Again, just a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. But it's like I feel like I'm hearing better together. So, and I think this has to do with another person. We're just a lot happier with this person. We're more successful with this person. We can do more with this person. So I think it's important to stay connected, to have this unity. Again, better together is what I'm hearing. The next card we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. So this could be a card of boundaries. This can also be a card of persistence. So, It's interesting. I don't know that boundaries are applying so much to this relationship as there is something that we're like trying to get done that we're continuing to push for here. But again, I feel like it's better together, it's stronger together, it's more successful together. So the persistence has to come with the unity, it has to come with the partnership. At the bottom, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has a bunch of different meanings, but I feel like there is like a surprise gift, or there's something we're working towards. Like we want this reward, we want this trophy. But I think persistence is key, and I really do think the unity is key. Again, I feel like this partnership is important. Let's take a look at our clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the Tower card. There's strength together, because I feel like things will come up, but together it's just easier to navigate these things. Even there's two on this card. So strength together, better together, still a message I'm getting here. We have the Page of Cups. This is being very studious, being very hardworking. That's very fitting with that persistence. So again, continuing to push forward even as things go awry, but it's a lot easier to do when we have this partnership, when we have somebody helping us fight that battle. And at the bottom, we have the Eight of Wands. This is speed, action, quick change. This is very, very speedy. So keep taking action, keep making moves. And I feel like this thing that we want, this thing that we're working to, will happen pretty quickly, which is nice to see there, Aries. All right, at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the 10 of Clubs, the number 35 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the King of Spades, number 47 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the the Queen of Hearts, the number 32 card, number 23 card. My goodness, the Queen of Hearts, the number 23 card. This is going to be a no. So no, yes, no there for you. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. Your crystal is agate, which is good for retreat, calm, stability, and really protects from any negative outside influences. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, you are a courageous person. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Aries, and I hope you have a wonderful February.